friendly to me.
He's gone for goal! And there's an early warning shot across the bow.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Now it's Messi. Montiel. Martinez. And the shot! There it is!
Can you think of a better... Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Spain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. De Paul. Romero. Argentina leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0 to McAllister. Montiel. Now it's Messi. That is Rodrigo de Paul. And the return pass. Gavi. Fernandez. And he's been shifted off it. Quarter of an hour played. Now that looks a decent ball. And the through ball. Gavi is onto this. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Plays it across. And now they can spring out of defence. Argentina already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. And here's Lautaro Martinez. He's having a hit! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Pedri. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Montiel. And this is Messi. Played out wide. Out towards the flank. Nicely aimed pass. Great defending, strong and determined. Montiel. Martinez! It's bounced back off the post. A collective sigh of relief from the defence. And it's been taken short. Martinez! Corner number 2 then. And that should get the job done. Romero. Martinez. Spread out to the left.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Romero did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Messi. He's looking wide. And it's Messi. That's destined for the flank. Pedri. In with the challenge. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Almada. Martin, chance for a shot! Pedri. That has been slung wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He is through here! Goes for a shot! And that is wildly off target.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Montiel. That has not gone well. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Pau Kubasi gets across to intercept that. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Ferran Torres.
That's really well. It looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Argentina with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. And so the action is resumed. Argentina and Messi! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Llorente. Ferran Torres. Almada. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Gavi. Showing great feet there. Romero. And Medina. Martinez. Argentina just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. And it's Fernandez. Almada. And here's Lautaro Martinez. And this is Messi. Shapes to shoot! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Llorente. Almost an hour gone. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor.
Martinez! Oh, that was no routine save.
Martinez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Argentina have their third corner. Well, the clearance is short. Martinez being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Ball's played through. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Lisandro Martinez defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Fernandez. And here's Messi. Tries one from range. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Laporte. And Cucurella. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Almada. McAllister. Oh, good spread. Now it's to Paul. Spain keep calm in the face of danger. Gavi. And here's the chance to counter. He's found a way through. Oyarzabal receives it in a good position here. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent.
Spain really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
De Paul. Now it's Martinez. Played through into space. Gavi in acres of space out wide.
Spain really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Very much into the last knockings. Oyarzabal. Lisandro Martinez gets a foot in here. Messi does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Almada. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Goes for goal! Oh, well hit, very well hit, actually. Llorente. And he's forced to go back. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Yeah, Aymeric Laporte. He's a centre-back who's one of the best in the business when it comes to playing out from defence. He can spark quick counter-attacks or put his foot on the ball and retain it when a breather is needed. He's a very solid defender too. And opposition forwards, they're not going to get much change out of this guy.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's all big chance! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Ferran Torres clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Romero. Each side mirroring the other in terms of chances created here. One each for now. Now it's Messi. Now it's Messi. Martinez. Knocks it out wide. And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And we have our very first corner. And they've got rid. Nice sequence of passes this. Goes for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Pass somewhat off target. Martinez. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And smartly reclaimed. And he's in on goal! Chance! Goal! Have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
The ball picks it up out wide. Oh, well played, well played. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Gavi. Montiel does really well to win the ball there. Argentina are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Shifted it to the flank. Not the most accurate pass. Played down the flank. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. That could... Can he finish?
Ferran Torres has such a quick mind. Without that, he wouldn't have been able to maintain a threat then.
Now it's Martinez. And this is Messi! And that is wildly off target.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Pedri. Now it's Oyarzabal. Always goal side. And here's Gavi. He's having a pop! No, just not quite.
Gavi really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't. Argentina certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
And he cuts out the supply.
Spain couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Romero. Martinez. Martinez. And Almada. And here's McAllister. Over to the right flank. That's rather hopeful. And no one is overly concerned about that.
Well, at least he's not short on confidence. Trying from that sort of distance, why not? Initiatives, this is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And so the action is resumed.
Argentina really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Almada. Romero. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Applies the finish! Cucurella. Distributed tidily. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Messi. Closing in on goal. And a chance! It's a goal! Argentina are level. Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Llorente just loves to go forward whenever he can. Now it's Messi. Fabian Ruiz.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
It's a promising position. Well, they've got plenty back, they can deal with that. Montiel did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's a pretty loose pass. Rodri, played out to the left flank. Gavi. Quality ball. Almada. Now this could be a chance. Now it's to Paul. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Fabian Ruiz. Spread to the right. Ferran Torres does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And here's Messi. That's a good ball out wide. Laporte deals with that comfortably. Oh, that's a Paul! No, he couldn't get hold of it. Argentina have their second corner now. Shoots! And that is doing no harm at all.
McAllister most definitely hit it with a lot of venom and little control. It carried hardly any danger.
Gavi. Pedri.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Shot goal! And it's come back out to him. A real chance and a real let-off. Real chance and a real let-off. So here comes a substitution.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Now it's Williams. De Paul. Cucurella. Spain clearly now in lead preservation mode. And here's Lautaro Martinez.
It's looking good from here. It simply has to remain error-free now.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes for Ferran Torres. Medina. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that is rather wayward.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Llorente. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, in these days of inverted wingers, Ferran Torres may be a bit of an oddity, Peter, but a very valuable one in that he gives you a lot more options. He's at his most comfortable going forward, but he does come in using his strength in one-on-ones, and that change of direction he can deliver too.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. McAllister, and the shot! And he's straight offside.